April 2nd. You guys can see by my trade Zello that I took 2 losing trades today for a total loss of around $1,600, so like $800 on each account. This is actually smaller than a normal 2-loss red day would be for me, so I'm happy about that. It would normally be $2,400 for a full $600 risk on each account, but I was risking less per trade since I'm sized down, and that's where I have my stop loss around 4 points for both of these. But full transparency, there's a red day for you. On the week, I know it says I'm down 319, but if you look at my end of March calendar, I have 3.4K. So I'm really up like 3K still this week or something like that. Maybe a little bit more than that. Although my losses were very small and I kept them contained, I followed my rules. I didn't do anything that was too crazy. I'm definitely not happy with my execution today, and the reason for that is because in the beginning of the session, I'm sure all of you guys know this, but there was really no opportunity to get long off of that crazy buying we saw today. So I actually took a setup, and on these accounts, I know I told you guys I'm trading the setup that is basically the most significant volume, creates a low volume area, and then I enter in the low volume area to play with those large participants. But that was not the setup that I took today. The setup that I took today was a setup that I have taken many times in my life. It was basically like a break above the high a day that was followed by a CVD divergence, specifically a bearish CVD divergence. Essentially, I was trying to play for a pullback down to that 5,644 area on ES. So that was my trade thesis. That was both of my trades. I probably should have only taken that setup the first time, and if it was going to work out, it should have worked out right away. But I took it again and I kind of chased it a little bit. I'm sure we'll see that on the recording. So I chased it a little bit, and obviously I lost. Not the worst day by any means, but I definitely probably should have just walked away after 9:30, which is like my normal time window to trade. I was just a little bit, I guess I wanted to take a trade. I wanted to make money today, and that was in the back of my head apparently. So I should have just walked away with no trades today, but that's not what happens. So I'm gonna walk you guys through the live recording real quick. But before I do, if you guys like these trade recaps and appreciate the transparency, please leave a like on this video. If you want more of these videos, give me a subscribe, and I will continue to make them for you, because I know if I just started trading, I would love these walkthrough videos with a live session breakdown. All right, so a little bit of context. What I was planning for this session was I wanted to see how price reacted to 5,600, and we actually never made it down there. The session opened up and we literally rallied 50 points up into that 650 to 660 area. My plan was, yes, longs made sense above that area, but the problem I had looking for longs up there was I hated the fact that we had literally not a single pullback before we got there. So I was very hesitant to take longs up there without a pullback happening. Price traded in that 550 to 60 area for probably like 30-40 minutes, and we had yet to get a pullback. So I was really targeting the low volume area on the session, which was down at 5,644, and I believe it went down to like 35. And then there was another low volume area right below that, but it was very small. So my short target for a pullback was the 5,644 down to like 5,635 area. And you'll probably see me zoom out and you'll see it on the session profile here. This is where I'm about to take a short, and to walk you guys through what I was seeing was we broke high a day up on this little leg. If you guys can see on the left, you can see selling steps in. And when I'm reading this, so what I like to see, or what I used to like to see when I took this setup, was I like to see price kind of consolidate a little bit after we get a move like this. And you can see by the CVD, there was definitely selling that came in at that high a day right there. So now I see this offer get filled up at 75, and on top of that there's a large participant at 60 or 76. So I was kind of viewing this as like a break down below and retest of this level of 76. And then on top of that, I was pairing that analysis with the CVD divergence that I was reading this as. In hindsight, it's not the best CVD divergence, but yeah, my plan for this trade was to get short, invalidating it right above that 76 area. So my stop loss is on this trade, I believe, just above 4 points, if not exactly 4 points. And I will say right now, I probably say this in the live stream, but since we didn't get an immediate reaction from sellers right here, probability of this working out is definitely a lot lower. But you guys know I'm not going to take a trade off unless I stop out. So I stop out on this trade, and you can see, I zoom out a little bit and you see how we're almost at this high day here, but the CVD is kind of just like moving sideways still. I read this as a divergence, and I was trying to get short here near the high of day still. So you're gonna see me take it one more time. I remember telling my chat, like, I really want to take it short. I probably shouldn't. I really want to. You can see price moves down a little bit. It was quick. I took it again, got it 73. I remember my stop was out at, 76.50, I believe, on this trade. So same thesis, same place. Yes, it was pretty much invalidated at this point, but so you can see we made it down a few points. And once again, you're gonna see price start to retrace back up to my entry. And as soon as that happens, I'm like, all right, this is probably gonna stop me out. This is probably not gonna work, because what I'm seeing right now is I'm seeing this offer right here, which is a good sized offer at 680. And when price keeps coming up and hanging out near that offer, that's a good sign that the offer wants to fill. So take that as a tip for the future. A lot of people get on Bookmap and they're like, oh, there's large sellers here, I'm gonna sell right here, or I'm gonna put my stop loss right here. Like, bro, the market is supposed to be transacted. Like, transactions are supposed to occur. People want to transact, and you can see that this is effort to transact up here if it doesn't pull. I'm pretty much telling my chat right now, this is probably dead. This is probably gonna stop me out. I'm not gonna take it off because I let my trade stop out, even though in hindsight, maybe on this setup, I probably could have been like, all right, it's the probability of this working out right now is pretty slim, and I probably should have taken it off. But yeah, both trades, my stops were like roughly 4 points. So that is how today went, and my report card was not good today. I definitely did not trade the setup that I was supposed to. I honestly wish I walked away at 9:30 because there was nothing for me, and my best days are usually over by like 9:20. So yeah, not the best, not the worst by any means. I definitely controlled everything I can control, and I know my strategy is good as long as even with mistakes, my strategy is good as long as I keep managing my risk properly. So like I said, a full red day for me would be 2,400. So yeah, that was my day today. If you guys like these recaps, please give me a like, subscribe to the channel. I'll keep making these videos. If you want to connect with order flow traders, tap into my Discord in the description, and I will catch you guys tomorrow.